welcome back to another video on the channel, and today is a huge day for everybody watching this. If you guys are just hopping on to see the value list, it will be in the description and maybe even on a pinned comment if that's all you're here to see. But I'm going to be showing you guys my value list. I'm going to try and update this, and this is actually based off of a value list that ended up just stopped. I guess the YouTuber that was keeping it up just stopped uploading on PetPosse. But I wanted one that was community, made by someone that was a big part in the community. And I've stayed with this game for a while, and I plan to stay with it for quite a long time, as long as this game keeps on being amazing like it is now. Well, let's go ahead and head over to the value list. Okay, guys, we're on the value list. If you guys want to see it, make sure to go down in the description again. But this is based off of, this actually has some of my links. And this is made off of the Alpha GG Mining Simulator 2 list and the Leo 04's whatever value list. And it's pretty updated. It's not updated for the newest update whenever I release this video. And I have all of the other huges other than the new stuff and the ocean, just the regular ocean world huges, which I'll get to that in a little bit. If you go ahead, we're just gonna go ahead and keep going down this social links list. Next plan is going to be SeaWorld huges. At this point, my next plan is probably going to be the new update. And the demand level, I just put the fire beside it to say that it's demand level. That's what the fire represents on all of those. It's at 0, which is white. We go ahead and see the 0, no demand. In other words, it usually either means that it has, I've never seen one in game, like no one has one and it's out of game, or it just doesn't have any of yet, so I really can't. I have a value for like a 0 exists huge because it's going to be really rare whenever it does come out. Like on these peppermint and s'more, they have 0 exists right now, so I just have them at a 0. 1 is nobody wants. It's I don't know if there's even a 1 on this value list. There probably is, but that means like it is super terrible. Nobody wants it. It's useless. It's not even, it's to the point where the huges are probably worth like under 100. Of course, now you can't sell huges for under 100, so around 100 to 200. Very low. 2, it's kind of like a lighter gray. 3 is dark purple, and that's bad. 4 is okay. You'll see a lot of 4s and 5s on the list, meaning that it either has quite a few exist, meaning a lot of people were looking forward to making one. So 4 is yellow, 5 is average, which is green. 6 equals good, which is kind of like a light blue. Sorry for anyone that's colorblind. I really feel bad. But you do have the value to go off of, and there's a reason why it's colored and it's numbered. If you like seeing things colored out, then it's colored. And if you just like seeing the numbers, then you have the numbers. 7, wanted, which is kind of like a dark-ish purple. Kind of like a regular purple, really. And that's wanted. There's quite a few of those, and what that usually means is that it's more rare than ones that compared to it. Like, if there's an entire egg, and there's one pet that has a lot more huges, but it's quite a bit rarer, then usually it's going to land in the 6 to 7 range. 8 equals very high, meaning that a lot of people either have gotten one because they need it for something, such as a crafting material in the amalgamator, or however you say it. 9 equals amazing, which is quite hard to see, and usually that is a pet that has gone out of game that has a ton of demand, or is a pet that is really dominating the marketplace, like Sharkano. Back whenever the huge Sharkano was like the only huge that anyone was getting consistently, because no one was getting custom huges, everyone was just getting huge Sharkano, and the huge Sharkano was very high, probably even a 10, but that's usually where the 9 comes in. 10 equals crazy demand, meaning that you need it, And this usually applies to Metapets. You cannot live without it, such as, if you go ahead and look over here, the California roll is most likely, it has a 7 actually, but there's a couple pets on there that have a 10 demand, and that is just like, you need to get your hands on one if it is under the set value. These values aren't set in stone. I wanted to throw out my own value list so then people can kind of adjust to what the value is, and then I can also go visit the marketplace more. I usually go around once every 2 days and I'm in the marketplace. So I kind of want to get in a little bit more, and it's usually like for 10-20 minutes. So I want to try and get some of these values to the correct value. Right now I'm throwing out values. I think comments are on and anonymous mode is on. So if any of you are like, oh no, my data is going to like join, I promise you won't. Everyone just appears as anonymous. And you could even see whenever I'm on as well. And then we have color key, which the color key is if you see the green on the friendly spirit, yellow, orange, red. And I'm just going to go over some of the color key. I'm going to try and go over it. White text equals no change expected. I'm just going to say that that really is in the foreseen future. Or just as like a pet that I really can't put my finger on, but I don't think has a wide range of value around that. Yellow text equals value dropping a lot. This means that I think this is either something that, this was a big good example is whenever the amalgamator came out and you needed some of them spirits. Most of them spirits went from 800, 900 Robux to like, some of them are selling consistently like 400 now. It went into the dirt for value. So most of them spirits, as you can see, the sea spirit right here, and some of the other spirits are green, which is also dropping, but the ones that are spirits, they're dropping pretty heavily right now. Red text right here in this box, value rising a lot. California roll, the reason I'm saying it's still rising is because it is still the best pet in the game, unless one of these new eggs are better. It's a 5, the California roll I'm pretty sure is the 5 million damage pet. I might not be thinking correctly. Value rising a lot is just a pet that either is coming highly into demand. Like Super Ramen has a very good ability. All the supers have abilities. So they're either going to be rising value or dropping value almost always. Green text equals value dropping a lot or a bit, which is going to be seen with most of the spirits. And most pets that are either just went out of game, they'll either be rising a bit or dropping a bit. And then all the spirits. And some of the old meta pets are usually going to drop a little bit. Pink's text equals value rising a bit. Also in the spirits. Rainbow roll. The rainbow roll is the secret. California roll is what you need to make the rainbow roll. Rainbow roll I don't think is going to go much above what I have it at now. I think very soon it's going to drop. Especially if one of the eggs are better. Orange text equals big value change soon. Most of these for pets that I just have no idea or have zero exists, so I just don't know what the value will be once they get out on the market. Watermelon Spirit, I put it at 10,000. It's an out-of-game huge with, according to the index, only has 1 existed. And then the huge California roll has 0 exists. Peppermint and S'more yet again have 0 exists. Most of the orange are either going to be things that I think are going to go absolutely crazy soon or are going to go into the dirt. That's the only other thing. And I have something that I added on myself was the pet exist amount in parentheses. Beside it, as you can see, we'll just click on here. 1,200. In the parentheses, 3 exist inside of those parentheses. Usually I'm only doing it for things under 50. Sometimes I feel like if it deserves it or if it's an out-of-game pet, I will do... I don't think I have a single one over 100, though, on the exist amount. And that usually means that it's pretty rare or hard to get. Okay, so now we can go over some of the categories. I'm sorry if this video is way too much of me speaking. I'm really trying to go into depth for you guys who do not understand this. I know it's very hard to understand stuff like this, so I do not blame any of you guys that are struggling with this. We can go over to this first one says Packrat's PetPosse value list. Second one says hatchable huges in/out of game. I have tags right here that say in-game and out-of-game. This is going to have to be updated because some of these are now, if I'm not mistaken, there's even a couple more in-game, and I think there's a few more that are going to need to go into out-of-game hatchable huges. The next one says Amalgamator Pets Huge / Craft. By that, I mean any of the pets that you can get from the Amalgamator. I'm going to absolutely flip out if I have to say it one more time. But any of those pets, I just put the huge directly under it for all of them. And that's usually why some of them have 0 exist, is because they're a pretty hard pet to make in general. And it just doesn't help that there's a huge of it. Go down from the Amalgamator pets. You have the super pets, which I just put in there because I wanted to do it by section. Kind of like, I'm pretty sure this is how it's formatted inside of the machine. Is the regular pets you can craft, super pets, and then secrets. I don't know if some of those are supposed to be down in the secrets. I don't think they are. I think I did everything right. But the super pets, usually they're going to be a very wide range of values because some of these have really good abilities. And then the secret pets, usually some of these are going to end up going into the Metapets section as well. For both secret and super, they're going to be in Metapets because I don't know if eventually some of these secrets and supers will go out of game, but we can always put our finger and cross them for that. Next section, the pink section right over here, exclusive / out of game exclusive pets. This is pretty much all the exclusives. In-game exclusives. All just exclusives. I don't know why I put /huges. All those are just exclusives. I think there's a few more that I am getting added because of these new updates. And then the out-of-game exclusives. The July Dog, Firework Cat, and Firework Spirit, none of those are... I think they became exclusives because they went out of game. Some of these were hatchable pets or in the huge machine, and they're not really exclusives. But they became exclusive because they're out of game. I guess it's a smart way of saying it, because they were exclusive for a certain time. So, I just went by what the index says. Next section is Metapets. Make sure you're watching out for this section, because this is probably going to be where, if you have a pet and you're trying to make quick value and everything in general, I recommend looking at this. California Rat, Roll, Pirate Crab, Pineapple Upside Down Cake, and etc. Most of these are very, very, very good, and they're things highly sought after. The ones at the bottom, though, are just the new eggs and the huges of those, because I think those are going to be made a lot. Of course, the supers and the actual Metapets. The actual Metapets are at the top, and then the supers follow, and the huges inside of the exclusive and the huge machine. Huges from huge machine, exclusives. By that, I didn't want to put the exclusive sections a few times over into this, so I just went and made an entire huge section based off just exclusives, and it has all of them. And this is where my value list absolutely excels from others, is it has a Spawn World Huge Pet. Every single huge pet inside of the Spawn World is in this section. Spawn World Huge Pets, and I plan on adding both of the new worlds and any more new worlds to come. I will try and update it every so often. You guys going to have to remind me. I promise you, I'm not kidding about that. You're going to have to remind me. But it has every single one inside of the game. If you guys have any more question about the value list, make sure to let me know down in the comments. I will be trying to go back to this video at any singular point and always answer questions about the value list. That is all for now. Make sure to go down into the description and use this value list. And inside, hopefully a pinned comment. That's all for now. Peace out.